Hi, it's Phil Burno here, and welcome to Loving Your Guitar. It's time to get working on a new chord, and today's chord is going to be the E major chord. So get your hands ready, get your guitar ready, get tuned up, and let's get busy. Okay, now we're going to work on the mechanics of the E major chord. Very common chord, very easy chord to play. So we'll get started with our middle finger first, okay? We're going to put that middle finger right on the 5th string on the 2nd fret right there, okay? Let's move it over just a little bit because we're going to need to get our 3rd finger here, and it's going to need to be able to be placed on the 4th string in that same fret, that same 2nd fret, okay? Get those two right in there. Now let me turn the guitar so you can kind of see the placement here. I've got my middle finger right here on the 2nd fret, 5th string, and I've got my 3rd finger right here is placed on that 2nd fret in the 4th string. Okay? Now, to finish off the finger placement here, we need to have something to do with this index finger. So let's place that index finger right here on the 3rd string in the 1st fret. Now let me show you. Let me turn the guitar a little bit so you can see what I'm doing here. Now remember, like we said in the other videos, you need to make sure that you curl your fingers so your fingertips are as close to being straight towards the face of the fingerboard as possible. Just curl them around there so that way that you get your fingers placed in proper position and they're not touching strings that shouldn't be touched, so that you don't get any buzzes between the strings that are supposed to be ringing open and free with the fingers that are holding down strings that will be fretted by your left hand here. So what I want you to do is kind of follow that same diagram there. You can see it pretty clearly there. And now that we've got our fingers in place, let's strum this E major chord. Starting right from the low E string on the top, straight down, all 6 strings. Here we go. Now to hear how clean of a sound we're getting here, no buzzes between strings. My fingers are only pressing down and touching the strings that need to be fretted, and the other 3 strings that are not fretted are able to ring freely and ring clearly. And that's the way you want your chords to sound, nice and clear, no fretting out. You're pressing but not too terribly hard with your fretted fingers, and you've got a nice clear sound of an E major chord. So now you know how to play an E major chord. And now you've learned yet another new chord, the E major chord. So take some spare time and practice this chord. Refer back to the videos to remember the techniques that we've taught you in the video. Now remember to keep your fingers in position in the right places, not touching strings that you don't need to hit to strum. This chord's a little different because you're going to strum all 6 strings. It's a little easier. But it's always good to keep good placement of your fingers. Good practice. So take your time, have fun with it. Thanks for watching Loving Your Guitar, and keep tuning in for new videos. If you have any questions at all, contact me at philburnomusic@gmail.com or write in the comments section, and I'll be glad to answer your questions or send you any of the chord charts that are made for these videos. So enjoy this and have fun, and thanks for watching Loving Your Guitar. And be sure to send your friends to subscribe.